With us in the studio today, we are privileged to have three ladies here to tell us the life-changing stories that happened in their lives and also in a lot of people around them. So we are privileged to welcome Yolandi, Suné and Marli. Welcome, ladies. It's great to have you on the program. We are going to talk about a remarkable thing that men and women have heard about, and that is called Radiance. Now, it is for women, so I've not been at any Radiance events before, which is maybe a good thing. But maybe, Yolandi, if you can tell us, what is Radiance?
Well, Radiance is a unique course that was designed for women to focus on God's heart for girls. It's an incredible opportunity that I would recommend for any lady. It really shows you who God created you to be. It helps you find your identity in Him and work through issues that you never realized you had. Which makes you free of being a victim from your past. So it's an incredible opportunity that you can discover who God intended you to be, find out your purpose, your calling, and the role He intended us ladies to play.
So the program, exactly what does it look like? How long does the program take from beginning to end?
Well, Radiance starts in February, it ends about in September. It's every Monday night, and then we break on school holidays for the students. As well as the working moms.
Okay, so it's quite an intensive process being for several months.
Yes,
okay.
It's over several months, more or less 3 terms.
Okay, but now a course or a program specifically for women, addressing the things that you mentioned, but why is it a crucial thing to have a course specifically for ladies? Suné, why do you think it's a key thing to have these kind of processes for ladies to discover these identity kind of things that they need to hear?
So in today's days, ladies and girls doesn't really have a practical reference like how to live a godly life as a woman. And Radiance is a course like where you discuss like why did God created you as a woman and what is your purpose. And we all know when purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. And so you have a clear goal where you have to focus and where you are learning towards, and like how to fight your battles like a godly woman, how to approach every conversation like in conflict, no matter where you are, as a godly woman. And you just know why did God created you and what's your calling.
So you find significance in your role regardless of what age you find
it doesn't matter what age group you are. I think every woman in any age group struggles with these kind of stuff.
There are different things at different times. Eh?
Yeah.
But through the years in church, there's been many courses or programs or approaches to have people in different stages of their life addressed with godly principles and the Word. But Marli, why is this one specifically special? Of all the different things that was in the past done for women, what is making Radiance a special program?
Well, Radiance is really special because it creates a community. And every person wants to belong to a community. And in this community, you have a safe space where you can exercise your Christianity. And you can really explore your Christianity, your beliefs, as well as your inner self. And you get the opportunity to dig deeper into what are the things in your life that causes you to struggle and how to overcome these things. And then in this, as I said, protected community, you get the opportunity to exercise, if I can put it like that, how to pray in front of other people and with other people, and it's like a sisterhood where you're a family and you get to overcome your problems and you get to grow in yourself as well as with other women.
And there's a place where you can be encouraged and find boldness to do these things. Otherwise, it's a bit of a lonely struggle that people go through. Now, I can understand that if a program like this really empowers ladies to live out who they are and be strong, that a city can get impacted, because I think this is why we have this program, to really see what does it take for individuals living in a city, and then specifically for women, what does it take to really stand strong in what God wants to do through people, and especially in the different places where women find themselves. It's a long process. What effect has it had on your life? Suné, you've been through this process now. maybe just share something of a testimony what happened in your life as a result of Radiance.
So I didn't grew up with a reference of how to have a godly relationship or a godly marriage. And Radiance taught that there was 3 sessions we discussed on how to love from God's perspective and not from your own, how to trust people, how to live a life of forgiveness, even if the other person didn't even say sorry, how to forgive that person in that moment and not live with that
no resentment.
And the baggage of carrying all that weight of forgiving that and that and that person, but to live a life of freedom. I think for me, to set people free in that moment, I built up a lot of courage and braveness the moment that they told us we need to share our life story with someone, and the whole group, and that was girls I never knew and never met before, and that was very, very scary for me. But to build up that braveness and other girls to see how they saw your life and lived through that and saw the choices you made to live a life of forgiveness. I think that is very powerful.
It brings a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Right? But Yolandi, you've been leading as well some of the processes. Your journey of engaging this, going through it, and now facilitating the process, what significance is there for you in the process?
Well, for me in the beginning, I was very private about my life and my life story. And then one of my friends actually said to me, she thinks I will benefit from Radiance, which at first I said I didn't want to do. And she said, oh, I didn't ask, I entered you. So, which I thought, okay, let me try this. And I was at a bad stage in my life. Everything was falling apart. I had my own vision and my own life planned, not according to God's will at all. And at that moment, I was introduced to God and what He thinks of me. And I never thought I was worthy of anything. I never thought I would be able to pray in front of people, encourage other girls, be equipped to do what God's asked me to do. And throughout that, God really worked in my life and said, you know what, I need ordinary girls and my daughters that I created to be a vessel on earth for other women. Because what I realized, I thought I was the only one going through the struggles I did, the past I had, the mistakes I made, but God showed me through Radiance that we are all girls. We all have the same heart. We all have the same issues. We all have the same feelings. And it was really important for me to discover that we need each other, us ladies especially, and how we can impact and what big role we have in relationships and marriages to play. And that was important for me. And God has worked in my life, getting me to do things that I never thought was possible because He equipped me through Radiance, having the leaders that I had in my group, and I did it the first year, and this year being a support group leader, having an incredible leader that showed me how to handle things and how to do that. So God has been equipping me, and even through interviews and using me in a discovery, which is Radiance, but for men, using me in their godly panel, talking about relationships and the issues and the fears and what we as women are.
But isn't it fascinating how many times just people think that the struggles that we have is only yours. It's only me. I need to hide it as much as I can. Nobody understands me. And how freeing it is just to hear how other people are going through the same thing. And just the boldness of sharing that. And it feels vulnerable, but it actually brings freedom. But Marli, for you in the process, what has it meant for you going through Radiance?
Well, it really has changed my life. So I've always been a Christian my whole life. I've grown up in a Christian home. And then when I finished school, it was as if I had just put God aside for a bit. As if I'm saying, God, just wait a minute. I'm quickly going to get my job and get a husband and let me just figure my things out. And then, I'll call you when I'm ready. And, it was a really great thing for me to realize that it doesn't work like that. And as soon as I started Radiance, I had overcome these challenges, and I really learned how to let God be a part of my everyday life, because the things that you learn in Radiance, it's so practical that you cannot not live it out in your everyday life. So for me, forgiveness was a really big thing, and I had to learn what forgiveness really means, because we all forgive, and then there's something that stays behind. And then in this process, I really had overcome that, and through all of that, I had to learn that me forgiving doesn't mean that the other person is going to change. And then I also realized that forgiving is an everyday choice. And through all of this, I had reconciled with my father, who I've had an estranged relationship with, or not a relationship at all. And I could forgive him, even though I'm not sure if he would change. But yeah, my heart was really healed, and that is a great thing.
Yeah. Maybe lastly, Suné, for a lady that's listening to this, that says, oh, I need to go through the process, I need to learn how to forgive, I need to get courage and boldness to do this. How do they get in touch with Radiance?
So at Doxa Deo Brooklyn, you just contact Doxa Deo Brooklyn, and any one of the ladies will contact you there. I think the registrations opens in January, but we are marketing now actually. And so just contact Doxa Deo Brooklyn and we will enter you as soon as possible.
I think it's fantastic what every one of you are telling everyone listening to this, because many times people listen to a program and go, yes, that's great, it sounds interesting, but it can't do anything for me. Where I'm at, my troubles are too big, there's no solution for where I find myself, because emotionally it's so overwhelming. But I want to thank you for being bold to share your stories and being part of this process. For us living in a city, really trusting God that through our lives people will be impacted through us and around us. We need to be whole people, and we need to live with confidence and with boldness. And may God continue to use Radiance in this profound way. May your life shine, the glory of God, and that womanhood will stand strong. So thank you for being on the program, and may God bless all of you and your participation in that, and every woman that goes through it. Thank you for the time. It was great having you here.
Thank you.